What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is your host, and today we have another amazing interview for you guys. Today, we are sitting down with the one and only Michael Masterson. Michael is the founder and CEO of an amazing company called Sky. And before he founded Sky, he was actually the co-founder and CTO of another amazing company that you might have heard of called Highrise. And Highrise was actually acquired by a company called Salesforce for $326 million. So Michael has had a lot of success in the startup world, especially when it comes to SaaS startups. In fact, his latest company, Sky, was actually named by G2 Crowd as one of the best software products of 2018, and they have been featured with other notable companies such as Slack, Zoom, and even Netflix. And Scape helps modern enterprises discover and unlock the full value of their data. They do this by connecting data to every decision across the revenue cycle, making it accessible and actionable for everyone. And this really speaks to the mission of Sky, which is to help companies make more money from the data that they already have. And I think what's even more amazing about Michael, besides all the success that he's had in the startup world, is that he's also an active angel investor. He has invested in over 50 startups at this point. He's also an avid writer, and he writes a newsletter that I highly recommend you go check out. It's called Everyday Math, and he talks about everything from marketing to business to startups to technology. And you can see how these topics are really close to my heart as well. So, without further ado, let's get into the interview. The first question I want to ask you is, what does imagination mean to you? Imagination is everything. I think that's where ideas come from. You know, if you can't imagine things, then you can't come up with new ideas. If you can't imagine how things could be different or better, or how you could fill a gap in the market, then you're never going to be able to start a company or create something new. I think imagination is sort of where ideas are born. I love that. Do you think that anyone can become a great innovator? I definitely do. I think that there are some people who just have a natural propensity for it. Some people are just more creative than others, right? But I think that it's a skill that can definitely be learned. I think the way that you get better at it, though, is just by practicing and coming up with more and more ideas. Not every idea is going to be a good one, but the more ideas you generate, the better you're going to get at generating ideas. And it's kind of like a muscle, right? Like if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. So I think if you practice imagination, you're going to get better at it. Do you think that imagination and innovation are interchangeable terms, or do you think that one can exist without the other? I think that they go hand in hand. You know, you have to imagine something in order to innovate, right? Like you have to imagine a new way of doing something in order to innovate. But I think that there's also a point where imagination ends and reality begins. And so I think that just because you can imagine something doesn't mean that it's realistic or feasible. I think innovation is not just about imagination. It's also about execution. It's about taking your idea and then figuring out how to make it real. That's awesome. So how would you go about teaching someone who's never imagined anything before? I think the first step would be to help them understand that anyone can imagine anything. It's not a special skill. It's not something that only certain people can do. I think that anyone can do it. And I think that anybody can become a better imaginer, right? It's not an innate ability. It's something that you can develop. And so I think if I was teaching somebody how to imagine, I would say, hey, just take a piece of paper and write down 10 different ways that you could improve your life. And then, once you have those 10 things written down, figure out how you could turn each one of those into a business. I love that. What advice would you give to your younger self if you could go back in time and talk to the aspiring entrepreneur that you once were? Probably the same advice I give to everyone else, which is just go for it. Like, I think that there's this idea that entrepreneurship is for a certain type of person, right? It's for the risk taker. It's for the person who's willing to go out there and take a chance. And yes, that's true. But I also think that it's for anyone who wants to create something new and build something great. I think that anyone can be an entrepreneur, and I think that anyone can be successful at it. You just have to be willing to put in the work, and you have to be willing to take some risks. That's awesome. Where do you see imagination taking you in the next 5 to 10 years? I hope that we're going to continue to see more and more innovation. I hope that we're going to continue to see more and more people using their imagination to create new things and to solve problems. I think that's what the world needs. It needs more people who are willing to imagine new possibilities and then go out there and make them a reality. Thank you so much, Michael. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check out Michael's newsletter called Everyday Math. It's a great newsletter. You will learn a lot from it. Go check it out, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to drop us a like and also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any videos in the future. We have some amazing guests lined up for you guys, and we hope to see you in the next one.